All right, so what we're gonna do is a home mobilization of the upper trap, basically coming from the base of your neck out towards your shoulder. And we're gonna use this, mobility ball that has these nice ridges in there. That'll really help get into the soft tissue. So, if you're doing this at home, you might even wanna do it like just, you can get that extra contact into the tissue. So, first things first, we're gonna lay on our back. We're going to use anatomy as our guide. So here's the spinous processes coming off of my neck. I'm finding a big one, and I'm sliding off center out to the side. That's my problem side. So I'm going to lay on there. I'm going to anchor the ball. I'm going to raise my hips up into a bridge. And first things first is I'll breathe into it. If I can breathe into it nice and comfortably, then that means I can be more aggressive. And so then I'll start to challenge maybe my overhead position. So I'm basically just, bringing my arm overhead, and I'm scanning for any really particular hot spots. And I'm going overhead, but it's not just directly overhead. I'm kind of scanning at an angle too, crossing my body, just to see if there's anything really worth my attention that needs to be cleaned up. Second position I'm going to do is a reach across. So I'm basically reaching across my body, and I'm scanning high, like across my shoulder line, down towards my pocket, like I'm putting on my seatbelt. And again, I'm kind of looking for a hot spot, and if there's something that's hot, worth my attention, then I'm gonna hang out here and clean it up for about 30 seconds. Now I'm gonna move into a little bit of a sweep. So it's basically coming overhead, sweeping out to the side, down to my pocket and my hip, sweeping overhead and down to my pocket. And if I find something very interesting, then I'm going to hang out here for about 30 seconds, maybe a minute, clean it up. And even with my sweep, I might transition into an underhand position and kind of reach underneath my body like I'm reaching for my opposite hip. Last one I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor my elbow to the ground, and I'm going to get a little bit of internal and external rotation, and I'm just looking to see, like, is there something anywhere along that path that's grumpy? And if it is, then I'm going to spend some time here really just kind of opening it up, desensitizing it, and getting it to not be so loud and aggressive. I'm going to lower down to the floor again, and I'm going to position the ball just a little bit further out towards my shoulder. I'm going to anchor down one more time. I'm going to bridge up, and then I'm going to start that process again. I'll take a deep breath. If I can do that, then I can be more aggressive. I'll come into an overhead position, and again, I'm doing my sweep, my scan. Then I'm going to do across my body, doing my sweep and my scan. I'm going to come into a sweep from the side, and I might even reach for that other hip underneath me. And then last but not least, I'm going to finish with some internal and external rotation. So I'm looking for any of those hot spots, seeing if there's anything that needs more time than just my scan. And if so, then I'm going to come in here, I'm going to desensitize it for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then move on. So, once you're done with those two passes, that's pretty much, the extent of where you would expect to cover. So give that a try and see how that helps.